Guild in Conflict of Nations World War III. Earn it or buy it. Use it to instantly build infrastructure, purchase resources, make your enemies sad, or create B-roll for a video about gold. Gold! It's shiny. Welcome back to Whack, folks. Today, I would like to cover one of the most important topics in Con, gold. The primary way to get gold is either as a sign-in bonus when creating a new account through a YouTuber, such as Demolition Ranch, or through earning it after a Conflict of Nations game is won or lost. The other way to get this game's premium currency is to purchase it with real money. When it comes to earning gold, you are given 1 gold for each victory point you have at the end of a game. This is a good incentive for actually playing the game and not just going AFK at the first sign of a tough fight. If you want to farm gold, the best way is going up against bots like zombies or rogue state, and especially nations taken over by bots after the player controlling it has left. It is much easier to fight bots in order to rack up gold and season points. The best place to find games full of bots is in unpopular game modes. One-time speed games tend to have more inactive players due to people losing interest quicker than they would in a 4-time speed game. Another good way is by looking for games that are a few days old with less than half of the slots filled. Again, this is a good way to get gold for free, but if you want to stat pad, this is not going to help you much, as fights won against bots are calculated separately from fights won against actual players. Purchasing the premium currency is also an option, as it is in many, if not most, free-to-play games these days. You can also purchase Security Council, but I'll be explaining that in a separate video. You can buy gold at a ratio of anywhere from 1,500 per US dollar to 3,000 gold per US dollar. What can gold be used for? Well, quite a bit. First off, you can buy supplies, components, fuel, electronics, and rare materials at amounts of 4,000 per 2,300 gold, or 92 cents at the most popular exchange rate. Rare materials, being what most people need a lot of, is by far the best deal here. Building construction is also a common use for gold. Are you deep into enemy territory? Well, use your earned resources to start construction, then use 950 gold, or 38 cents, to get the airfield above 40% completion, therefore making it immediately usable for aircraft and reinforcement troops. This can also be used on city buildings. As an example, I was in a game where the US had a level 5 airbase built in Alaska at the very start of the game. This is the power of gold. For this player, it was probably at least $16 to do this. What else? Well, you can use gold or in-game cash to purchase spies, to gather intel, or wreak havoc on your enemy. You can also just pay gold to directly reveal forces, gather country intel, spread dissent, disrupt economy, sabotage buildings, or reveal the entire nation's forces. While these each have certain area or time-limited restrictions, this gives an incredible advantage to a player, and is not counterable from the targeted player's side. Lastly, you can also use gold to research troops quicker, which is a way to get past the balancing of the 2 research slots. Time is the most valuable asset in this game, and if you can research higher tier troops quicker than anyone else, you will have the advantage of stronger forces. But keep in mind that this game isn't like Civilization. When you research the next level of a certain unit, all units already mobilized will be upgraded for free. For example, building a massive amount of UAVs while they are at the minimum cost, then upgrading them naturally over time to the max level will save you a huge amount of resources, especially rare materials. Well, I covered how to get gold in the game, and I think I covered all of the ways to spend it. Now I would like to give you my opinion on gold and how it affects the game. Honestly, oh, you're still here, I see. Well, let me give you my personal opinion on gold in Conflict of Nations World War III. I think it's fine. At this point, most free-to-play games such as War Thunder and World of Tanks have a premium currency that you can purchase to give you an in-game advantage. It's kind of the industry standard, unfortunate as it may be. Is this pay to win? By definition, it is, and there's no getting around it. Though I will say, in the competitive scene of alliance battles, gold use can be turned off, which is nice. Also, in this game, it is fairly easy to build up a few thousand gold over the course of playing the game normally, so that's a balancing factor. A free-to-play game will need constant revenue to continue development and advertising so we can get a bigger player base. And if I were to guess, gold is probably Dorado's largest form of revenue from Conflict of Nations. How does gold affect the gameplay of Con? Well, if used discreetly by the enemy player, there is little chance you will know if they used gold. But in the instances I have seen dozens of dollars used against me, while it has given the enemy an advantage, it hasn't yet ruined any games for me. And I could be in the minority, but I love a challenge. When I get to kick the butt of a hardcore golder, it makes me smile knowing that I was enough of a threat to make them spend real life money. And that makes victory that much sweeter. Despite how I may or may not feel about people using gold against me, I don't haze or harass golders. Not only is it not helpful, but it is also against Dorado rules. Makes sense considering you don't want to scare off the paying customers for a game you enjoy. And to be completely transparent, I have myself purchased gold in this game before I started YouTube. And I also almost always have Security Council purchased, for reasons that I'll explain in a future video. So what alternatives could I recommend to Dorado if they were ever to expand or change their monetization efforts? Well, skins and other cosmetics are an easy option. As a small-time game developer myself, I know that visuals and assets are very expensive to make, but it would be so cool to have like special officer skins, especially the naval officer. Other ideas could be purchasable coalition flags, and of course, base unit skins, like desert camo for tanks as an example. In closing, I would like to say that gold doesn't hugely change my enjoyment for the game. It is arguably overpowered, but few people use it to an extreme degree. And when it is earned through normal gameplay, there is no shame in using it however you choose. I can't see gold going away in this game at any point, and I'm fine with that. The guys at Dorado have to put bread on the table, develop this game, and bring in new players through advertisement. This game has a bright future ahead of it, and I want to continue making informative and honest videos on it. If you have any opinions on what I had to say, feel free to let me know. Thanks for sticking till the end, and have a great day. Guild in Conflict of Nations World War III. Earn it or buy it. Use it to instantly...